Knock this in, 31 pickup right here. Smart, smart. Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey is presented by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey. I'm Jack Nolan, joined as always by the head coach of the Fighting Irish and coach. An adversity-filled season has come to an end in an unusual way for you. For the first time in your 14 years here, no postseason play for the Irish.
No postseason for us, Jack. You know, a tough day down in Greensboro at the ACC tournament, but adversity is a good word. We had a lot of things thrown at us throughout the season. I loved how our group stayed together and kept grinding, but at the end of the day, we just didn't quite have enough to make it to postseason, and we're really disappointed about that because it ends a streak that we were on of getting to postseason play.
Notre Dame had been one of just 17 teams to make it to the NCAA tournament each of the previous 4 years, but that streak is over. Now, when we come back, we'll take you to Greensboro for the highlights of Notre Dame's first ever ACC tournament game.
When you have the most live college football,
Food's ready.
Okay, coming.
all you want to do is watch college football. With Xfinity from Comcast, you get the most live college football, including ESPN Goal Line and Watch ESPN. You can't get all that with satellite. So switch to the Xfinity HD Premier XZ Triple Play or ask about other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year.
Your home for the most live sports. Xfinity.
One more. Let's go, yo. Go. Ready, one more. One more time, come on. One more, let's get it, let's go.
Proven hydration to help replace what you sweat out.
One more championship. Let's go.
Now, folks, I admit I may be a bit prejudiced, but I've always believed the radio play-by-play guys usually have a pretty good handle on the capabilities of their team. And I talked to the play-by-play guy for Wake Forest, Stan Cotton, after the game, and he told me flat out that was the best game Wake Forest had played all year. They played it against you.
Well, they played great. They shot it great. They got off to a good start, and they were really hard for us to handle. You know, Williams was just fabulous. We had no answers for him. We tried a couple different things. I thought we were in a good offensive rhythm early. Real good pass by Pat Connaughton, and it was good to see Sherm back scoring for us. You know, the finger had calmed down with the week off. We get over and rotate a little bit right there. Little late to get the charge out of our zone, but we're into a pretty good offensive rhythm. Pat Connaughton has really been good at throwing that pass right there off of curling action. He's really looking that in. We get a steal out of our zone. Sherm makes a good decision. Early offense here. Eric does a good job finding Zach. And again, I like our offensive rhythm early, but we go zone here and we lose Williams, and you know, you just can't lose him. He is feeling really good and sticks one of his couple three-point shots to kind of get them in an early rhythm. Here we make another mistake in our zone. We kind of pinch the post a little too much, and that's just too easy a look for him out there, and he's feeling really good. Nice play, and that's really a good shot for us. Tough luck. And then Eric's second foul. You know, his foul trouble screwed up our rhythm and our momentum offensively. You know, then he was playing a little bit, you know, a little sheepishly. We don't rotate over right there. Nice pass by their big guy, and they get a bucket inside. And, you know, we're fighting now. We're scratching and fighting out of a hole. Pretty good move here by Sherm. Great job by Zach. I thought one of the bright spots, Jack, was Zach August playing well in his last game as a sophomore. Something to build on, I believe. Nice block by him there, and we're off in transition. and a real good play in transition here. Another bright spot was the 20 minutes Demetrius Jackson played for us. All something to build on for next season, Jack. We get a steal against out of our zone, and we're off in transition. This is a heck of a play. Eric throws a lob to Zach, and again, I thought it was a good day for Zach. Into our movement, a little clear-out drive for Pat, and we're making a little bit of a run here. You know, we're starting to feel, let's cut this thing to 2 possessions. We end up getting a steal at this thing here. You know, here it is, a 7-point game, and, you know, we're kind of hanging around. You know, we cut that thing to 5. A 2-possession game. This group's always battled back and given themselves a chance, but they get a penetration here. Overton comes off the bench. Wasn't shooting it great all year, but knocks down 2 big threes against our zone right here. It's the one guy maybe you feel you can give up a shot. To his credit, he makes 2 of them to kind of give them some distance on us. Another set here, Pat Connaughton on a curl. He has made that left-handed runner a bunch the second half of the season. I certainly look forward to coaching him next year. How strong is this guy? We go to foul him, and Steve bounces off of him like he's a middle linebacker. Thomas, it was really kind of a beast. I mean, he's pushing guys around. In 2 games, Jack, we had no real answer for Thomas. I love how Zach sprinted, posted, and this is a nice little move for him once he's sweating. And I think as we build toward next season, that's a nice option for him, something else that he can add to his arsenal right there. We're still hanging around and fighting. You know, we knocked down a 3. You know, we're trying to give ourselves a chance. 3-point shot by Eric right there, but just not enough. And again, I think you got to give Wake credit. They played very well. Eric's foul trouble, I think, never got us into a good rhythm. But again, the thing that bothered us all season, Jack, our defensive field goal percentage defense and our rebounding really hurt us, and it was a weakness all season.
And that's what the final stats show. Wake had a terrific shooting day, so certainly you give them some credit, but you just mentioned some of it goes on your defense, and they out-rebounded you, and that was also a key stat this year. When you got out-rebounded, you were not very good.
No, I think, I don't know, maybe we won 2 games when we were out-rebounded. So it was something that we have to come back and address as we move into the summer and the foreign tour.
When we come back, we'll take a look at how Notre Dame's returning players performed this past season and what steps they need to take to get the Irish back on the winning track next season.
Multi-million-dollar athletes can afford almost anything. But what they really want,
welcome back, sir,
is what they never stop loving. McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. With options like the sausage McMuffin and the McCafe coffee, they can pick their favorites and share the wealth. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You probably thought it would never happen, but it always does. Finally, winter is closed, and suddenly the world is open. When you get everything you need to freshen everything up at Lohmeyer prices, the possibilities are endless. The world's open. Come on in.
Coach, I know as soon as you and your staff got back from Greensboro, you started working on next year. You'll have the players and workouts coming up here real soon. So as we take a look at the players who are coming back, what steps do they need to take as a group to get you back where you need to be? And then we're going to take a look at each player.
Well, I think you're getting meetings with all of those guys individually. The first thing you address is academics. You know, we missed some classes, and to get them back to finish strong academically. And then you're talking to them about what they need to improve on, and then you're getting them in. You know, we can work out with them, so we will have some of those 2-hour sessions that you're allowed to have per NCAA rules to work on some different things and set the tone all the way through. While the NCAA tournament's going on, we're going to be practicing some.
And now we're going to take a look at each player coming back alphabetically by class.
Well, for Pat Connaughton, what a great year, but to lead. He really does need to lead for us. I think he became a real good scorer. He was good off the dribble. We simplified our offense to kind of get him off more screening situations. But I think he comes back as one of the top 10, 12 players in the ACC. Here's the kind of stuff where we cleared a lane where he could really drive it. Defending for him, continue to rebound for us. You know, he was our leading rebounder and really a key guy for us defensively. But it starts with setting the tone leadership-wise. And the guy that has to lead along with him is Jaren Grant, who will come back and return, and I think it'll be a great story. Certainly, he ended his career, his season, averaging 19 points and 5 assists and shooting a great percentage. He was a better defender early in the season before he left us. He was a more reliable defender, handling the ball some for us. But for him to come back and lead and set the tone, he and Pat, I think, give you, two guys with experience that you really can set the tone off of them. Zach August, I thought a lot of experience, started a bunch of games this year, really much improved on the offensive end, screening and rolling and getting to the bucket. A very good offensive rebounder. Need him to be a better defensive rebounder and need him to be a better post defender. I think defending and post defense, that was good right there, but to do that consistently is really going to be a key for him. But, as a soph, he got a lot of experience. We've had a lot of big guys make jumps in that junior year. Sherman and Knight will not be around anymore. Austin Burgett started some games for us. What really knocked Austin back, Jack, was the heart issue that is now fully recovered. Him knocking down some jump shots, as we see right there. He is a reliable defender. He's a good position defender. Probably the biggest thing for him in the offseason, gain strength. Get in that weight room, live in that weight room, get stronger, be a better defensive rebounder. We need to rely on him to defensive rebound, but he is easy to play with. He can drive the ball right there. He screens. He's good with the basketball. His partner in the weight room needs to be this guy, VJ Beacham. They both need to spend a lot of time together. I'm really happy with the freshman year VJ had. We considered maybe redshirting him, but that really didn't present itself once we lost Jaren. He had some big games for us and made some big shots in some of our wins. Excellent shooter. He can rebound the basketball. He's long. Improvement defensively is a key for him. But you're talking about a 6'8" guy with a stroke. He's a natural scorer. He has such a great attitude. He's such a worker. This guy, Demetrius Jackson, a lot for him next year. A little bit of an up and down freshman year, but that's okay. That was a little bit of expected. I thought he finished the season after he left us for a week. I thought he finished the season with great momentum, and especially in the Wake Forest game. Being a better all-round guard, learning to run a basketball team and quarterback a team. Eric Atkins was a great example for him to do that. Improve defensively, to get there defensively, because he has a great stance. And learning when to make his move and really drive to the bucket. Steve Vastoria had a fabulous rookie year for us. Probably was a candidate for the all-rookie team. Started a lot, played a lot of minutes for us, is really coming back kind of like a veteran or an upperclassman with all the minutes he played. I think he's our best perimeter returning defender, and I put him ahead of Connaughton and Grant in that situation. A situational good shooter. I'd like to see him become even more pure from there because the stroke is good. He's got good size. He knows how to play. I think he can drive the ball and get fouled a little bit like Pat Connaughton did. But you're bringing a guy back as a veteran. Eric Katenda, no luck on the health front. We really have to see how that knee comes back, but he does give you that big athletic body. Austin Torres, a dirty work guy. Rebound, screen, block shots. I'm excited to see both of them during our foreign tour to Italy.
And there are a couple of young men who have signed letters of intent that you can legally talk about right now. And these are two guys who are highly regarded all across the country.
Well, both of these guys will compete for playing time right away. Ponzi Colson is that undersized frontline guy, but he can really score the ball. So he's going to make himself valuable right away. Martin Gebbin is 6'9", 240 pounds right now. We're losing two big guys in Knight and Sherman. We will need Martin Gebbin to be a key guy, and I believe he will be a key guy.
Now, when we come back, talking about key guys, we are going to sit down and chat with a young man who just completed one of the most impressive careers of any point guard in Notre Dame history, three-time captain Eric Atkins.
Before they earned enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for Benny's expenses. Before they earned 1% back on all purchases, everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before earning 3% back on gas, with no hoops to jump through. They opened a Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card just in time to open their hearts. That's the magnitude of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
When Mike Brey selects you to be his starting point guard, he is inviting you to enter an exclusive and talented club. During his Irish career, there is no question Eric Atkins proved he belongs in the club. This season, Eric not only became just the 5th player in Notre Dame history to score more than 1,000 points and hand out more than 500 assists, he also became the only player in the 109-year history of the program to be named a team captain for a 3rd consecutive year.
When I finally heard that, I was a captain again, when I heard that I was the only 3-time captain ever in program history, it really did just mean a lot for me, my family, and I think that it reflects what kind of person I am.
You're also only the 5th player in school history to score 1,000 points and hand out 500 assists. What does that mean to you?
As a testament of hard work and just always getting in the gym, working on my game, and being very unselfish.
Who's your role model?
My mom is my role model, without a doubt.
I can't imagine what it was like to lose your dad before your sophomore year in high school. How much of an influence does he still have on you? He
has a huge influence on me. I talk to him, every single day. Before every game, I say a quick prayer, asking him to help me out. I always just try to think about everything, all the hard work that he instilled in me, and I think it still pushes me to this day.
What's been your best moment here so far?
My best moment here is beating Duke on January 4th, 2014.
You had a real connection to Duke. 2 of your best friends play for them. Your first ACC game against Duke, and you beat them. I know it means a lot now. What's that going to mean in 20 years?
It definitely means a lot now, but 20 years from now, when I see 2 of my best friends, I'm always going to have that over them. We're going to laugh and joke about it, but I always have that last laugh.
What's it been like to play for Mike Brey?
Amazing. I think he's one of the best coaches in America. He always makes special relationships with his point guards, and I think I'm no different. I think we've grown over these 4 years. Me and him becoming tighter as friends. He's honestly a great mentor for me for the rest of my life.
How do you want folks around here to remember you?
I want people to remember me first as a good person. And then, on the basketball court, someone that played hard every single night, that left it all out there and would do anything for his teammates.
Inglesby, Thomas, Quinn, McElharney, Jackson, Hansbrough. What does that list mean to you? Those are, all the great Notre Dame point guards that came before me, and guys that I still look up to whenever I see them. Those are great role models for me. And when I read that list next year, it's going to have Atkins on the end of it. What does that mean, that you were part of this legacy? That means a lot. I mean, that means that I left a great mark on my career here, and hopefully that I will be remembered. Coach, how will you remember Eric Atkins?
You know what? He's like a son, and you showed those other guys, and I'm a little emotional looking at all of them, but Eric Atkins, he talked about being remembered as a good person. He is a great person. What a quality young man, what a representative of this university and our program, and a winner. And folks, if you would like to honor Eric and his teammates, tickets are now on sale for the 3rd annual An Evening with Notre Dame Basketball. This year's event, presented by St. Joseph Regional Medical Center, will take place on Monday, April 14th, beginning at 5 p.m. And once again, will give Fighting Irish fans an all-access and behind-the-scenes look into the Irish basketball program. New features this year include a photo booth where fans can get their pictures taken with team members, and a tour of the control room for the Irish Vision boards in Purcell Pavilion. Tickets can be purchased by visiting or calling the Notre Dame ticket office or by logging on to UND.com.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Brey question, presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from Kevin in Mishawaka, who asks, Coach, what turned out to be the biggest difference in preparing your team for ACC games as compared to Big East games?
That's a great question. I think teams top to bottom are better defensively, more focused defensively in the ACC than they were in the Big East.
Good answer. After missing a couple of games in mid-February, Demetrius Jackson returned to the team with a renewed focus, a focus he also showed us when he took his first turn in the Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break hot seats. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Strawberry.
Favorite restaurant?
Chipotle.
Favorite part of practice?
Free throws.
Worst part of practice?
Running up and down.
Best part of your game?
Defense.
Part of your game you need to work on?
Everything.
Player on the team most like you?
Eric.
Team not on the schedule you wish you could play?
Michigan.
One thing you always hear from Coach Brey in practice?
The ball is gold.
Assistant coach who is most like Coach Brey?
Coach Bolanis.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Probably EK. I like it. EK.
Best player to room with on the road?
Pat Crowley.
Best defender on the team?
Steve.
Best leaper on the team?
Austin.
Best dunker on the team?
Me.
Worst dunker on the team?
Eric.
Best dresser on the team?
Eric Atkins.
Worst dresser on the team?
Sherm.
Free throw contest. Who wins, you or Coach Brey?
I think I can take him.
A very engaging young man with a terrific personality.
He really finished the season strong for us, Jack. I'm so excited about getting my hands on him for the foreign tour in Italy.
One of the many players who needs to play a key role for the Irish next season is junior-to-be Zach August. August turned in a solid game against Wake Forest in the ACC tournament, scoring 14 points, just one shy of his career high, while grabbing 9 rebounds. Among his buckets against the Demon Deacons, an alley-oop jam that is this week's ATI Physical Therapy Play of the Week.
Mid-lane left side now, Kavanaugh. His cross-court pass stolen by Connaughton. Ahead to Atkins. Atkins alley-oop for Zach August. He slams it home. A highlight film play for the Irish, and that cuts the Wake Forest lead to 7 at 41-34.
You probably thought it would never happen, but it always does. Finally, winter is closed, and suddenly the world is open. When you get everything you need to freshen everything up at Lohmeyer prices, the possibilities are endless. The world's open. Come on in.
I'm very happy I made the switch.
It's easy.
They're great.
As I go out, being nervous about going out into the world.
You switch because
for what you get and what they give back.
Of the people.
It'd just be another thing that I know is there for me all the time.
It's a no-brainer.
It's about family. It's about values. It's about doing things the right way.
And that's why I'm sticking with them.
You just get sucked in, and it's great. We're there.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Come home.
You know you're going to get the best when you go to Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Coach, as we wrap up this season, what do the coming months look for you, your staff, and your players?
2 things. Number 1, recruiting, hitting the recruiting trail hard. Number 2, nurturing our leadership for next season.
Coach, thanks for always bringing it to this show. It's been great to be with you again.
Jack, another great year. Great working with you, buddy.
Thank you. That will do it for this season of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey. We will return with the 15th season of this show next December and the 5th season of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly Labor Day weekend following their season opener with Rice. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey has been presented by Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and GPS.